Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in. We have a lot to talk about. This won't be too long. It won't be as long as I usually like, but this is very, very important. From here on out, I'm going to just state the obvious. And if I'm one of the only people, if not the only person on YouTube talking about this, so be it. Hillary Clinton is running again. She, in 2017, in Politico 2018, in the Wall Street Journal 2019, in a whole bunch of papers, whether she told people to say, hey, I'm running, that's irrelevant. There have been major announcements via articles every year, 17, 18, and now 19, since the election, stating, hey, she's going to run. She'll run quickly to be followed by, oh, she's not running. Oh, you know what? She's not running. That is a campaign, an old campaign marketing strategy. Just getting it out there. You know, it could possibly take place. Oh, you know what's not going to happen. For 2 years, the country has been obsessed with Trump Russia, which never happened. It was 2 years of explaining why Clinton lost the election. You have millions of people who believe that she was cheated, even though she cheated Bernie Sanders and the FBI covered up her actual crimes, and then they fabricated crimes with Trump. I'm telling you, she's running again. There's a field of possibly 10 to 15 Democrats. Okay? What, like maybe even 20? You think these people are going to raise $1.2 billion? Even Bernie's not going to raise 1.2. And any money that Bernie or Kamala Harris or Elizabeth Warren or anyone raises will eventually set the groundwork for the passion, enthusiasm needed for Clinton 2020. They're not, Bernie Sanders, he's like a 1% chance of winning. When I was saying he was going to win, I was right. That was the moment in time, and it was his only moment in time. He took everyone by surprise, and he was cheated. When he was an actual risk, when there was a risk of Bernie winning, they stopped it. They cheated him, and he might have been in on it from the very, very beginning. Who knows? But that was his moment, his little tiny moment in time. He could have won, and he would have actually won the election, in my view. Now there's hashtag Bernie would have won. When I was saying Clinton would lose, and she did lose, it was called hyperbole and clickbait. Now people are saying this is hyperbole and clickbait. The mere mention of Hillary Clinton running again is viewed as hyperbole and clickbait. To my super chat, by the way, thank you so very much. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. Hillary Clinton, if she wants something, there's never been a time in her life where she's wanted to achieve something and she hasn't tried every single possible avenue to achieve. Who's going to tell her she can't run again because she'll lose? And by the way, it doesn't matter if she'll lose. That's not what really Democrats care about. They're making more money. Democrats have made more money with Trump in office than Obama in office. It's been more lucrative. It's been more lucrative for media. It's been more lucrative for late night talk shows. That's a whole other story. I'm going to read you this. If you give money to any campaign on the Democratic side, I don't mean to say this. I don't want to. I feel bad saying this. I'll explain it this way. You're going to funnel money into Clinton 2020. Your money is not really going to go to the candidate. Bernie Sanders is not going to suddenly gain enough support within the Democratic Party to overcome 2 years of being part of a Russian plot. He was part of, along with Jill Stein, a Russian plot. That's the actual propaganda that we've heard, and he supported. He gave his stamp of approval. Yes, I was part of a Russian, endeavor. to hack the DNC to inform everyone that I was cheated. That's the whole thing. That's what we've learned for 2 years. But this is okay. So bigger is not better. Small donors online are gold for Democrats taking on Trump. Look, if you give to Democrats right now, Hillary didn't formally announce until April of 2015. Bernie didn't announce until the summer. I think it was like what, June or July. All Hillary has to do is wait until June or July until everyone has spent, and she can actually just last second pop in. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, she's going to run. And the money that she's actually raising money now because the fundraising apparatus, you give money to Bernie, you're going to eventually, this is a preliminary, Hillary Clinton's 2020 preliminary campaigns are being run through Bernie Sanders, through Kamala Harris, through Elizabeth Warren, through Amy Klobuchar, through Kristen Gillibrand, through Cory Booker. None of them expect to win. None of them think they're going to win. None of them have national name recognition. None of them, one of them was cheated and was okay with it. And then his whole thing, Bernie's whole thing is, I'm going to shake up the system. The system swallowed Bernie up. He's even kind of against Trump bringing home Americans. Eventually, they're all going to back Hillary Clinton. They're all going to back Hillary Clinton. And the money that people give them will be the foundation for her 2020 campaign. Look, if you give money to, let's say, Kamala Harris or Elizabeth Warren, you want a female president. That's one reason. But you also want to defeat Trump. You can't stand Trump. Okay? Well, what happens when there isn't really a candidate at the forefront? Biden, by the way, Biden has no chance to win, in my view. I don't think Biden can win. He has zero charisma. In a very frightening way, Hillary has more charisma than Biden. Her lack of charisma and her insidious charm to people on the left makes her more appealing than even Biden. She is a criminal. She will get eventually indicted because she committed major crimes. Even James Comey's like, yeah, there's legal statutes she violated regarding the Espionage Act. And once William Barr begins his investigations into the origins of Trump Russia, how they use the Steele dossier, CrowdStrike, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, James Comey, Andrew McCabe, all of these things. Once that happens, you will see the same thing over again. But see, they don't care. Being investigated alongside a presidential campaign, Clinton already did that. She already did that. She lost, but she had 2 years of, well, it's not really my fault. Does anyone blame Hillary Clinton on the left? And ask that question. Does anyone blame? No. Nobody does. So she's going to run again. You really think it's going to be Amy Klobuchar 2020? Nobody knows who she is. The country doesn't know who she is. Okay. It's not going to be Elizabeth Warren 2020 either. Elizabeth Warren can't even raise money. the money the money that she's raising will eventually, of course, go to Hillary Clinton. But people don't know, okay, they might know, a great many people in the country might know Warren is a senator from Massachusetts, but they don't know Klobuchar is a senator from Minnesota. I mean, I guess maybe a lot of people know Kamala Harris, senator from California, but you don't really These aren't national. They're national figures, but they're not national in terms of name recognition. Okay. Clinton has that. Clinton has unlimited resources. She's going to run again. She's never been, she doesn't have the psychological makeup of somebody who's just going to, I mean, could you imagine Clinton endorsing anyone? She didn't even want to endorse President Obama. She wasn't even going to endorse President. What was it? You remember the Pumas? Clinton. You remember those? They were the Hillary Clinton loyalists. Here's where they are now. Okay, so the Pumas are back on the prowl. Hillary Rodham Clinton's decision to run for president has stirred up old feelings from some loyal supporters who refused to accept her defeat in 2008 Democratic primary. When other Democrats put away their swords and rallied behind Barack Obama, the resistors responded, "Pardon." Okay, so yeah, there's okay. So they didn't want to. Eventually, she gave Obama her delegates. Why Clinton voters say they won't support Obama? Salon. Could you imagine this day and age if that happened? I mean, the reaction from the left. And this is June 23rd, 2008 in Salon. Why Clinton voters say they won't support Obama. It doesn't matter how many crimes she's committed. It doesn't matter how despicable she is. It doesn't matter how, people are like petrified. They're petrified. Of Clinton 2020, they're petrified. Doesn't really matter, does it? Thank you. Armed American, thank you. Definitely, everyone, check out my Second Amendment channel. That is going to be below also in the pinned comment. And check out my op-eds in the Jerusalem Post and my Daily Caller article below. But it's going to go, look, we're going to have a repeat of 2016. And here's another thing. It doesn't even matter if she's indicted. It will not matter at all. Let's say she gets indicted under the Espionage Act. They'll say it's a fake indictment. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. It's all going back to Hillary Clinton. Do you think, and here's the thing. If Bernie Sanders was cheated in 2016, what makes anyone believe that he won't be cheated in 2018? Or 2020, sorry. Clinton just stated about 2 months ago. And then like one critique I got was like, "Oh, it's an old quote." Like, no, it's only 2-3 months old. Are you kidding me? She said, "I want to be president." Exactly. It's true. She said, "I want to be president." Clinton, I want to be president. Hillary Clinton on possible 2020 run. I'd like to be president. October 29, 2018. It's not that old of a quote. Okay. It's like 3 months away. Big deal. Or 4 months. 5, whatever. 4.5 months. November, December, January, February. So 4 months. I'll read you this. Senator Bernie Sanders proved that his supporters, at least 225,000 of them, are still committed when he raised a whopping $6 million on Wednesday. 225,000 people, God bless them, gave money to Bernie Sanders because they want it, in their view of the world, they want a better future. They believe in Bernie. And look, I was the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet. You know why people didn't like me? Because I was too forceful in my thoughts and in my writing. I was saying he was going to win. I was saying Clinton could not win. I was right on both counts. He would have won in a fair primary. I did not know that Debbie Wasserman Schultz would cheat Bernie. Armed American. You're my Thank you so much. You're my biggest That was Armed American, that was fun. That was the MP5 also was actually more fun. Thank you, Armed American. Yeah, yeah. The Tommy gun, a Thompson submachine gun was awesome. Um, it was awesome. MP5 was awesome. The M4 I had trouble controlling a bit, but I really had fun. Armed American, I really had fun. Thank you so much, by the way. Thank you. I really had fun with the M60. That is that is awesome. The M60 and M249 was awesome. Um, I am going to vote for President Trump in 2020. And thank you, Ross. Yeah, the grease gun was great. I'm voting for Trump in 2020 because I want Americans home from never-ending conflict. I want a foreign policy that is the antithesis, or at least the opposite in many ways, of the Democratic Party's foreign policy. I want a great economy. I want peace between North and South Korea. Trump is going to win, especially if it's Clinton, but he'll easily defeat anyone else. Clinton could come close. Look, Clinton could come close. Okay? I'm saying that she'll lose, but she can come close. She can come close. And here's why I say that. Okay? Because if you look at Trump had 306 electoral college votes. 306. She had 232. Now, they're going to say, well, you know what? If Florida, I mean, if it came down to Florida, it really came down to Florida. Now, I think Trump's going to win Florida, but who do you think has a better chance in Florida? Hillary Clinton or Amy Klobuchar? Nobody knows who she is. You think Bernie's going to win Florida with what he's been saying lately? You win Florida, it's 261 to 277. Then, like I said, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, yeah, I mean, they all, but Minnesota, Michigan, okay, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. Trump is strong in those. Wisconsin, no, but if let's put it this way, she wins Wisconsin and Florida, she's won. All she had to do was win Florida and Wisconsin, and she's over 270, 271. But she didn't. Who do you think is going to win? Who has the better chance of winning Wisconsin and Florida? Warren? Are you kidding? Biden? Biden has no charisma, zero charisma. Zero charisma, absolutely zero charisma. She doesn't either, but the thing is, she has like this like insidious it's like Machiavelli. She's they fear Clinton. They don't love Clinton, they fear Clinton. So, and if you look at what Democrats have raised just from Bernie and Kamala Harris and Klobuchar, 6 million from Bernie, a 1.5 million on her first day. She's probably raised many more millions, but 1 million, Amy Klobuchar. Poor Elizabeth Warren, 300,000. Like she's getting no love, zero love, zero. She's getting zero love. I mean, it's kind of funny too because she didn't back Bernie Sanders. Okay, even though I'm a Trump supporter, I'm a hardcore Trump supporter. I think he's a great president. But I do remember I was the biggest. The Huffington Post called me the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet. The Washington Post called me the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters. They still use my name to insult people on Twitter, which is hilarious. I actually love that. You're the next H.A. Goodman. And the other person's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Don't call me that. Let's see. How much total has Kamala Harris raised? And think about it. Klobuchar, Warren, Kamala Harris. Okay, so let's see. If I'm reading this right, how much has she raised? Is it over 6 million? Gosh. If it's over 6 million, I should have then, yeah, it might be over 6 million. Huh. This is in January. She raised about close to 2 million in one day. Trying to find this. Why is it so difficult? I mean, I'm looking at Open Secrets right now, and if I'm reading it right, it's like over 6 million total. If you just add their first days, like Kamala Harris's first day, Klobuchar's first day, and Bernie's first day, it's around a little over 8 million. And that's all going to go to Hillary Clinton. It'll initially go, of course, to the campaigns. But the campaigns will be the campaigns are trying to just set the foundation. They're just trying to set the foundation. That's all. That's all they're doing. They're setting the foundation. That's all they're doing. They're setting the foundation for Clinton 2020. And they're not going to roll with somebody who, this is another thing. The more money Democrats raise, the more lucrative it is for all the leeches and bottom feeding people. And it's a money making endeavor. Running and losing is a money making endeavor. They will have, when they lose in 2020, of course, it'll be another like, oh my God, no, we're going to have a good economy now. We're still going to have a good economy. No. How much? But it'll be like 1 or 2 days of embarrassment and heartache, and then it'll be yet another excuse, some kind of excuse. Some kind of excuse. I'm trying to find this. Why is it so difficult? Okay, so if I look at 2018, from 2013 to 2018, she's raised $22 million. 22, according to Open Secrets. Now, she raised $15 million in 2016. And let's see. Okay. Gosh, why is this? 2018, select the cycle. Why is it so difficult for me to? This is NPR. Bernie Sanders is running again, but has he missed his moment? Oh my God. Yeah, he did. He missed his moment. Um, but you're looking at well over. I mean, she raised $1.5 million for first. It's going to be interesting. Like, it's going to be interesting to see how much money. It's going to be interesting to see how much money they raise, by even next month, and it's all for Clinton. It's like they know they're not going to win. They know they're not going to win. They're not stupid. They know they're not going to win. And the second that Hillary, like, can you imagine any of them debating Hillary Clinton? Can you imagine any of them? Okay, so let's see. She raised 1.5 million her first day. Bernie raised 6 million. That's 7.5 million, and then Amy Klobuchar raised $1 million. How much has Gillibrand raised? Okay, Kristen Gillibrand. And with Kristen Gillibrand, Open Secrets. These people raise a lot of money. Similar to Kamala Harris, raised $20 million from 2013 to 2018. Anyway, look, this is just one. This is just one. Let's see. Left Wing Watch. We want to counter the slanderous narrative. Thank you. Left Wing Watch. Thank you. Thank you, Left Wing Watch. Thank you. I'm trying to find out. Okay, so Al Franken Al Franken wanted to run. That's so great. So you're looking at well over $10 million, easy, for all these Democrats. They've raised conservatively over $10 million. It's all to set the groundwork for Clinton, who, if she just won Florida and Wisconsin, she would have won. Of course, Florida, Michigan, Pennsylvania. She just needed to win Florida, and then any one state, either Wisconsin or Michigan or Pennsylvania or Ohio. And that's the thing. It would have been 271 to 267. It's all going to come down to Florida. And they had recounts beyond belief with Bill Nelson and Rick Scott, and Florida is like completely corrupt in terms of certain portions of Florida. Why would you, if you're the Democratic Party, go with an unknown after spending 2 years saying that Clinton was cheated by Russia? And millions of people believe this. Millions of people believe this. So, I mean, and at the end of the day, I'm telling you, every single pundit, you're going to see AOC. You're going to see progressive politicians, quote unquote progressive. They're going to love Hillary Clinton again. They're going to love her. Everyone's going to love Clinton. She might like try to actually be a little bit more personable, even though she's a criminal and engaged in, horrible decisions her entire life, whatever. She's going to a Pfizer executive is reportedly hosting a fundraiser for Kristen Gillibrand. Now, why would wealthy people host a fundraiser for a person they know is not going to win? Because of networking. They're not stupid. Who can afford $30,000 or $10,000 or $5,000 a plate? Really wealthy people who are well connected. That's why you go to these fundraisers. You think you go to fundraisers just to like, oh gosh, I hope they win? No, that's why they don't care if Clinton loses again, because it's a fundraiser. That's why the Clinton Foundation is a giant money laundering scheme. Britton Johnson! HA sidebar. Did you happen to watch Thiago Santos? No. Look good. Anthony Smith or Bones Jones? Woodley. I like Tyrone Woodley. Thank you, Britton Johnson. Thank you. Jones is amazing, so I wouldn't I don't know. It's hard to bet against him. It would be hard to John Jones is awesome. Well, he's fighting Anthony Smith. They're the same height. I think like the only chance to beat John Jones is somebody as tall as he is. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Britton Johnson, thank you. I like Tyrone Woodley. Who did Tyrone Woodley fight? Did he fight recently? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's going to be a good fight. Yeah, I know that Tyrone Woodley is really amazing. But anyway, so thank you, Britton Johnson. Thank you. Jones and different Woodley beats Usman. I think you could be right about that. Yeah. I think you're right about that. Britton Johnson, thank you. No, I agree with you, Alexander. I agree with you. I'm just saying for John Jones, for his style, the way it's just he seems to have greater difficulty with people as tall as he is. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just, look, Clinton is going to run again. And when she does, you're going to see the same people. Look, if they cheated Bernie Sanders and then he campaigned for her and then he said that Russia cheated her with a Buff Bernie coloring book, and Elizabeth Warren can't even raise more than $300,000. And then you have, all of these like, oh, I'm just like Bernie people. There's too much parity. And there's too many people that nobody knows in the country. They have zero name recognition. They've, do you think people in like just walking down the street, hey, what do you think of Amy Klobuchar? Like, what? Who? Obviously, she's a senator from Minnesota, but they don't know who she is. People don't know who she is. What do you think of Hillary Clinton? And one thing also, thank you, Ramla. Thank you. My thing is, it's not I don't need to change anyone's mind. If people want to give money to Bernie, they can give money to Bernie. If they have a hole in their pocket and they need to give money, they don't like money, that's fine. If you just don't want, like, you can either set fire to it, God forbid, or you just don't like dollar bills. You don't like, $27 or $25. Gosh, I could rip this up or give it to Bernie. I can give it to Bernie, or give it to Kamala Harris or whatever. At the end of the day, like, Democrats are not they're corrupt, but they're not really that stupid. They know they can't Clinton knows that she can't just come in now and say, "Oh, well, I'm running again." Because it's like Clinton overload. So, "No, not again." Once you have all of these people who Lawrence F. So do you believe Bernie was in it to win it, or was just taking notes from the undecided voters? um, I think that Bernie, I don't know. I think for a second he was in it to win it, and then when he got cheated, he just didn't want to. He just didn't want to fight back. So, but ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to have a fantastic evening. I might be back a little later on for an upload, and everything that any Democrat raises, any amount of money, is Clinton 2020. Thank you, G-Man, thank you. They're laying the groundwork for Clinton 2020, and mark my words, they are all going to circle the wagons, and they're going to vote for Clinton again. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very, very much. And she'll lose again to Trump. Thank you so very much. Robot Broken, thank you. Everyone, check out my Second Amendment channel. Thank you. Thank you. Armed American, thank you. And Eric H526, Luke St. Martin, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you so very, very much. I'll be back. Thank you.